My dog does that too.
Yeah?
He just sits there.
All right, Kanila,
Yeah.
tell me about your great-great-great-grandfather.
I read a book on him one time.
He was a prophet, right?
Yeah.
And that's your mom, right? So he was your great-great-grandfather, right?
Yeah. Great,
Okay.
Great. Let's see.
And your daughter's name is
Great.
Kanila.
Great.
And can you explain the significance of that?
Kanila is Snow Falling Softly is her name.
Okay.
She was born when I was pregnant with her that winter, every single time I had a really high emotion of happiness or anger or sadness or anything, it would just snow really, really hard. And it was the heaviest snowfall on record for I don't remember how many years, like 40 years or something.
So it's not purposely, her name is not like a,
And then so Dad said Maniilaq.
so it sounds kind of like,
We named you Maniilaq because we're descendants of Maniilaq, and we wanted that to be in one of our kids' names, and so that's why we named her Maniilaq. But Kanila, it was because of the snowfall that winter, and because I really like the name, and it's also in the dock. So yeah, just all those reasons.
okay. Now, what is something about Maniilaq that is interesting?
So Maniilaq was an Eskimo prophet, and the people around the area. So he came into the region of like the Kobuk River region of Alaska, and what's really significant about him is that, well, the story goes that the woman who was his mother, they say that no man claimed her. So like, nobody said, yeah, I got this girl pregnant. And so, the
So he didn't really have a father.
that she was impregnated somehow, right? So they didn't say how, but they believe that Maniilaq came down.
And there's a couple documentaries. There's a couple documentaries about him and how a lot of things that he said would happen, including like white men coming to the land and bringing
He prophesied
books.
about white men coming. He prophesied about like wood stoves and motorboats and airplanes and paper, books, all kinds of things. He prophesied about the Seventh-day Adventist people coming to the region to bring the word. He prophesied about a lot of things that have happened and then some things that have not happened. And he prophesied about the end. Which he wouldn't share the specifics of what happens in the end because it was so troubling to him. He didn't want people to be afraid.
Okay.
But I think that what was really neat about what happened when he was alive was that he practiced the seventh day. He rested every seventh day. He carried a staff, and he had a flag, like a little flag on it, and he would put it outside, and everybody knew it was Sabbath that day. He would rest that day, so they knew not to bother him. And people, that he freed the people from what they were under at the time because they were afraid was under the what were they called? The shamans, who had a lot of power because when something would happen, they would go to the shaman for help, like if somebody was sick or anything like that, and then the shaman would speak to the spirits and
he said his power was different because it came from the sky and not from the earth, right?
Right, exactly. And he freed everybody from that. So you don't have to listen to the shamans. You don't have to be afraid of them. Like they don't have the stronger power, and you don't have to be afraid of them. And so people were freed of that when Maniilaq started talking about this other power that's stronger. And he talked about, he called it a word that meant both father and son, the voice that talked to him. And but the seventh day, I think, was really something that was new, for sure, to the people. And then trying to think of what else. People would try to kill him. They would try to come and attack him, and especially the shamans. They didn't want him around because he was taking away their authority, right? But when they would come and try to kill him in his tent, there would be all this bright light around him.
So he was protected.
He was protected by this bright white light, and so nobody could see him when they would try to come in and kill him. I thought that was really neat too. Yeah.
Well, you have a beautiful family, and it's nice knowing you and your husband, your 3 children that you have here.
Thank you.
And I might send this to my family,
Cool.
my mom or my sister, if that's okay.
There's books and all kinds of things.
Yeah, I saw the documentaries about him. So,
Awesome.
thanks.